I have been feeling different lately, and my thoughts has been running consistently in a positive manner. In a way that I'm questioning myself to have a better understanding with the present. However, there's still a few odd times where I will look at the past and see where I had grown in different areas of my life. I feel like using this way of thinking gives me another chance to have a room to improve. One of the things I'm working on is to be truthful with my feelings and being able to use the proper words for my emotions. For example, if a friend asks me how I'm doing, I want to use the proper term of my emotions to explain how I'm feeling if I'm feeling uncertain. Doing this exercise not just helps you closer to your relationship to another but to yourself. You're able to be direct and have understanding with your feelings. Having this understanding with my emotions, it helps me understand others, people around me, coworkers, acquaintances, friends, and family. I want to be talking about something that's going to be sensitive, and you guys can tell from the title of this video that I had anger towards my parents. Maybe some of you guys have been dealing with anger towards your family or parents that it happened from the past. You're the person that you are because of those experiences or those past. And that's kind of like what's happening with me. And I think bringing this up, I'm gonna have more closer connections with my parents because I'm able to like tell them how I'm feeling and how these past experiences of like what happened and what they did and still going through with situations now. I will gladly share these with you guys. Let me know if you guys felt the same way with your parents or with certain relatives or someone, the person that you loved. And let me know if you guys went through this kind of situation too. So, okay, let's go. I'm gonna cry. Oh my God. Okay. The very first relationship when we come into the world is our parents, and we build relationship with them. And the more that we grow, we are able to show our personality or our attitude, and it might be pretty or it might be bad, but our parents has been there for us through our difficult times, and at the same time they're dealing with their own difficult time and challenges daily. I just want to put out there because I don't want to make this video to make my parents look bad, because I feel like everybody made mistakes in their life, because I have made mistakes in my life that I have to accept. And it took me a while, either for me to understand that for myself and to be working on that. I was able to work towards that to everybody, to my family, to my friends, and people around me at work. So this video could be for you if you want to build a peer relationship with your parents. Of course, it might be difficult if you're in a different situation, but at the same time, I'm gonna give you guys a different consciousness or a different way of thinking, and maybe that could help you out in the future. I've always been a troubled kid. I got influenced by a lot of people. Pretty much I was everywhere, and I was trying to expose myself in different kind of groups and people in high school. And basically I didn't have a goal, or I wasn't settled to any goals. And I wasn't looking forward to graduation because I was so present in the moment that I just want to be there for everybody. And I wanted to be cool. I wanted to be a nerd. I wanted to be a dancer. I want to be a football player. I want to go party. And being exposed to all those things, I have made some sufferings and challenges for myself. And I didn't have a pure connections with nobody. And I was just pretty much everywhere. So when it comes to like deeper connections with people in my life, it was very difficult. Being exposed to so many ideas and lifestyle outside of my origin culture, which is Filipino, I became distant to my parents. I was giving them such a hard time to like, oh yeah, let's do this in our lifestyle. Oh, let's try this out. And my parents were kind of like I don't know if you want to try that. And I was kept pushing them and I was getting frustrated. I didn't have a good relationship with my parents. I didn't have a deeper connections with my parents. And I think one thing that hurt me the most was when a lot of Filipinos parents were telling my mom that it's like, oh yeah, my kid did this. Oh yeah, my kid is like helping to pay rent and all these. I was feeling guilty because I wasn't doing that. I wasn't a good kid because I didn't have any goal. I didn't have a goal in like after high school. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And for me to be hearing that, and I was pissed off. There's so many things, that emotions, that it's like my mind just kept like turning, and I didn't have connections with myself. My emotions were mixed, my goals were mixed. It affected my relationship with everybody. The reason why I'm pointing towards my parents, because I have put them through so much. Oh my god. I know this is gonna be hard and I'm gonna be crying lots. Oh my god. Having to experience life, being in a new city, exposing myself to like big responsibility and living alone. It's very hard, it's difficult. Oh my god. And I don't even have a child of my own. Like, I don't have children running around. So it's like the stresses that I could imagine that like my parents are having and I was putting them through. It wasn't fair. But I had to do this because my parents watches my vlogs, my videos, and you guys became so close to me, and I just want to be able to help you guys out just like I'm helping myself. Because as much as I'm helping myself, I just want to be able to just like share my thoughts and my consciousness so you guys can be able to have a deeper connections with your family, with your parents, your friends, and your loved ones. Oh, I need a break. I need water. I need water. I'm gonna get myself some coffee, okay? Let's go do it. Cheers. I feel so much better. Every fight and arguments, I can remember every single one of them that I had with my parents. And even the ones, the arguments that and fights that I started and I walked away from it without any explanations and how I was feeling, it left my parents wondered and confused, and it made them think about like what we have done to Kevin. And my thoughts is like, now in my thoughts is like, I feel like they've been blaming themselves. So with the people that I was hanging out with, I needed some comfort away from my family, because I have distanced myself away from them, and in a way that it's like my lifestyle has became different and the person that I am became different, and I needed some comfort outside of my parents' house. Again, I got influenced by so many things. I had a phase in my life where I was taking drugs, and that was the only way for me to comfort myself and to be surrounded with people. I had this bubble that kept growing, and I was thinking that I was so independent and I didn't need any help from my parents. From the way I act and the way I spoke towards my parents, I was a complete different person outside of my parents' house. I was more joyful, I was so happy, I was trying to be more of a show off, trying to be smart, to look smart. And inside of my parents' house, I was a complete different person. I was more tense. I get frustrated easily, getting annoyed, and yelling, and all these things. I was a complete different person. Trying to think of it now, I had this like really negative person inside of me, and that was growing inside of my parents' household. And it was projecting, it was slowly creeping up and going outside of my parents' house and outside of myself. And I thought to myself that I really need to work on this before I started hurting others, not just my family. My relationship with my parents grew stronger when I moved out. My maturity has drastically changed. The more challenges I expose myself into now, the more I feel close to my parents, because I'm able to express myself even more and tell them how I'm feeling. If I'm upset, if I'm going through a certain situation, they're able to help me out, and I'm able to express myself even more to them. And now with my parents, I'm able to just like, we're able like to talk about normal things in life. We're able to like build things now and like talk about like general things, rather than before, like the only time that we would only talk if I'm being frustrated. It gone a lot better since I moved out. And I'm not saying that you guys have to move out in order for you to have a good relationship with your parents, but if there's certain things that like it does annoy you and frustrates you, you do have that choice in your life to do something about it. It's so important to have connections with people that loved you from the start. And family is so important because they are going to be there for you. Being away from my family, I knew that I'm gonna be missing out huge events and occasions such like birthday celebration, graduation, milestones, loss of family. And day by day, each night, I think about them. If I don't call them 2 days or 3 days before, I'm constantly thinking about them. This pandemic kind of helped me a lot, and being able to like work at the hospital, it has opened up my mind, my consciousness, because life can just like take you away just like that. And for me to be thinking that like I'm losing all this time with my parents and with my family, I don't know what's gonna happen. So I try to have a good relationship with my parents by calling them and have deeper conversations that we haven't spoke before, because I don't want to be regretting things anymore. Like I don't want to be regretting that like I wish I talked to my parents about this. I wish I have opened up to my parents. I wish I have exposed myself to them even more. For me to have a better relationship and a deeper connections with my parents isn't going to work out if I didn't have an understanding with myself. And it's so important that for me to understand my emotions, why I'm feeling a certain way, why I'm having these challenges, because so I had to really like reconnect to myself and ask myself sincerely, and why am I going through with these challenges? And I have to go through from the past or use the past experiences and ask myself what was triggering me and like what kind of emotions I was feeling that way, and asking myself and how I can resolve this for myself, order to move on, in order for me to be more present, in order for me to have a better relationship with my parents. This is probably the most hardest thing that I had to do for myself. Lots of acceptance. Being alone in a new city, being alone by myself in the apartment has given me so much time to reflect and to be direct with my emotions and to be thinking. What we create from the inside projects from the outside. I had this unknown anger, frustrations, and annoyance that I was projecting myself, and I was thinking in my head that my parents are pissed off. That was a projection that like my anger was thinking that my parents are pissed off. And I would just like walk in, that like my mom would just like look at me and just like she would like yell at me. That was like the projection, the idea that my mind was playing with me, that they're frustrated and they didn't want me there. So that's like one thing that I was projecting, and I had to really tell myself now. I had to like really understand the way I was thinking before. I wanted attention, and I was seeking attention. from my parents. I didn't get the attention what I wanted when I was little. Both of my parents were working. My mom, whenever she would have fights and arguments with my dad, she would leave and I wouldn't see her, and that traumatized me, people leaving me. I had these activities that I did in high school that my parents didn't attend to, and that brought a lot of anger and frustration and loss of connections. So that anger that I had, it kept growing through my high school years, and I'd say that was the darkest time of my life. I wasn't able to get the support, and I don't blame my parents for it because I have felt like they're so busy in their life. So now I don't blame them for it, maybe because they have something going on in their own life that they need to prioritize, and they're so busy and they didn't have time for me. There was this word that I kept saying all the time to my parents whenever I get frustrated or angry, is unfair. I just kept telling them how unfair they are. I had to find a way to heal myself from this. In order for me to do that is I have to tell myself and understand myself and understand my parents, and the only way I can do that is acceptance and to look at the positive things that my parents had changed for my siblings. Using my own purpose to serving others, I had to put this on in a way that I can connect with my parents so I can understand their own purpose as a parent. I had a month to move to Montreal last year, and because of coronavirus, I had to go early, and I told my parents I'm leaving in a week, and I have rented a car. It was a shock to them. It was actually happening. And the day that I was moving to Montreal, my dad wanted to have some time with me to talk on the table, and he apologized to pretty much everything for not being there. In my younger years. And I can tell that my parents wanted to be a better person, and that brought me so much healing for myself. That's the only way I can heal from it, if I see my parents changing for the best, from my siblings to my sisters, to my sister, to my brother. So that made me happy. I had to tell myself that I have to let go everything from the past and move on from it. Now my relationship with my parents, it has been getting stronger. I mean, there's things that we have to work on for me to express myself even more. Maybe talk about more my relationship of kind of just with others, maybe dating. I would really want to have a conversation with my parents with that. And that's something that I need to work on for myself, and I need to talk to my parents even more, and I would hope that my parents would be watching this. They'll probably will, because it's a very big title and they're gonna be wondering, Kevin, what is this? But I would love to have a deeper connections with my parents and having a deeper conversations with them so we can just be with each other, because my family is so important for me, and I want you guys to make mistakes. I want you guys to make mistakes and not feel alone going through these experiences alone. I don't want you guys to feel that way, and I'm always going to be here. And comment down below. You guys can message me on Instagram if there's something going on with your life and you need somebody to talk to, and you're genuinely wanted to talk and have conversations. I would definitely have it with you guys. So that would be the video for today. I mean, there's lots of crying. It's a very long clip. I have recorded 40 minutes now for this video. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys soon. À la prochaine. À la demain. Ciao, ciao. And I'll see you soon. Okay? Bye.